Mia, a lot of confusion seems to be going on right now. They're sort of trying to figuring out who's going to go in first and who's not. Several lines sort of converging all at once. But like I mentioned, there are at least 100 to 200 people here who will be boarding these buses. They'll be going to Fountain of Christ Church. As you've noticed in our video, everyone is required to wear a mask. If they don't have one, church staff are doing their best to provide one for folks. But again, we are still in the middle of a global pandemic, so they're asking everyone to come out to be sure to wear a mask. They won't be allowed inside the church without a mask. There's people here, Mia, way back there in the line. We'll hope to introduce them to you a little later. They came from 4 hours away. They drove 4 hours this morning from Dallas with a painting of George Floyd. It's an emotional experience for a lot of these folks. Go ahead and walk with me here so we can give you a sense of the line. A lot of folks have made special shirts. Chris, let's go ahead and show them some of those shirts. You can see their shirts that they made. Where are you ladies coming from? Are you from Houston?
Yes, I am originated from New Orleans, Louisiana, but I reside. Houston is my home now.
Gotcha. So why was it important for you to be here today, especially this early?
Because it's history. And I have to take a stand because I have 7 African-American men that's in my life that I love dearly to my heart, and I have 5 grandsons that I have to take a stand. I have to be out here because it's necessary.
What was it like for you to see that video of George Floyd, and what emotions did it stir up inside you?
It was heartbreaking. I cry every time I see it, even to this day. It's heartbreaking because it could have been my father, it could have been my brother, it could have been my cousin, it could have been anybody. I cry every time I see it, even to this day.
It really is heartbreaking, and it's time for the people to take a stand. You know, you stand for something, you fall for anything, and enough is enough. And it's not just in a Black American culture, it's not just in our community, it's in everybody's community, you know? So this has been going on for too long. So we are out here because we are tired of being sick and tired of what's going on in the police system.
What sort of emotions will both of you be going through when you get to walk inside the church, spend a few moments with George Floyd's remains and pay your respects to him
I've
in person?
been in those shoes. I have lost loved ones. I have lost a brother. You know, I have lost loved ones to violence. So I know how the family feel because I have been in their shoes. In my heart and my prayers is for God to continue to give them strength as they go through this grieving process, and for everyone to continue to pray for them as they go through this journey.
Will today be emotional for you as well?
It's going to be very emotional for me because I've seen it play 1,000 times. Every time I cut the TV on, I see it. And to actually see him in that casket, that's going to do something to me. But I'm emotional anyways. I cry all the time. You know, I cry for all people. Anytime I see injustices done, it hits me in the heart, especially when it's police brutality.
I appreciate both of you ladies. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Mia, let's keep walking down the line here. The line was about right here when we got here an hour and a half ago. Now you can see how far it stretches. You can see folks wearing all types of shirts with George Floyd's face on them. A lot of these people are Houstonians. A lot of them came from a greater distance away. And again, you can see everyone here wearing a mask. I do want to point out they did hand out these ribbons to folks. They're called the Unity ribbons, so people will be getting these from the church as they wait in line to go pay their respects to George Floyd. We'll keep walking down the line here. You can also notice there's several buses. It's not just one. They have 1, 2, 3, at least 3 large precinct 1 buses ready to load up. So they want to make this as seamless as possible, get folks over there as quickly as possible because they do expect a rather large crowd throughout the day. Keep in mind, this hasn't started yet, and these people are waiting to get in. We spoke to these ladies earlier. You can see that they designed their own masks that say, "I can't breathe," and these are actually Jack Yates alumni. They went to school with George Floyd, and I want to talk to one of them in particular here. Can I ask you one quick question? You went to school with George Floyd, is that right? You knew him?
Yes.
So what was it like for you to see what happened to him, knowing he was one of our own?
It was horrible. It was just horrible. Should nobody go through that? Nobody, you know. And when I seen it, I mean, I just took a deep breath and tears just started rolling. Because it doesn't make any sense somebody have to die with somebody, you know you killing somebody, and they taking their last breath, and for the whole world to see it, That was horrible.
And you guys both went to Jack Yates, right? Jack
Yeah.
Yates alumni. Talk about how close, tight-knit you guys are. I mean, that's a family.
Yeah. We at school, everybody represent everybody. You know, it's everybody know everybody, and it's like everybody get along with everybody.
It's a family.
It's a family, and he was funny. He was funny. If you had a bad day, you talk to him, he'll make you laugh. That was George. You know, he was a cool guy. You know, and for him to die like that, that was not right. That was wrong.
Thank you for being here. We appreciate you talking to us. Another look at that line, Mia. It continues down the shopping center here and outside onto the street. The good news is here that they're under the shade, so at least at this point they're not in the sun. They don't have to wait around in the sun. You can see this touching piece of artwork here. This is what I was telling you guys earlier. This man, his name is Brett. He came from Dallas, Texas. He drove 4 hours this morning. He'd been painting that for several days. He finished it just in time for the visitation. Brett, can I ask you a quick question about why the emotions? You were telling me earlier all the emotions that you went through when you painted this. Can you describe what you did here?
I actually was crying when I painted, but I was picturing Mr. Floyd going to heaven. That's why I painted the halo. What he said when he was down on the ground, I can't breathe. The scales of justice, the Black Lives Matter arm, the hand. When he was on the ground and the policeman put his knee to the back of his neck, him crying to his mother, I took all those emotions that I was going through myself and put it and displayed it in this portrait.
And you drove here from Dallas, correct?
Yes, sir.
Why was it important for you to make that drive this morning? 4 hours.
4 hours. It was very important because I wanted to be here in person to pay my respects rather than just do it like from a home. And you know, I really felt compelled in my heart to actually be here today, and that's the reason why I came straight here. I didn't even check into any hotel or anything. I came straight here to the church.
Well, thank you, Brett. That is a beautiful, touching piece of artwork. We appreciate you speaking with us. So another look here at the line. It continues all the way back here, and Chris, if you walk with me here, it actually loops around. Wow, I hadn't seen this yet, guys, but you can see it sort of curls around. They're trying to keep as many people in the shade as possible because it's going to be an extremely hot day. So if you're planning to come out here, do take precautions. Make sure you wear light-colored clothing. They are handing out waters, but it's a good idea to bring your own water. But you can see it just curls around here at Fountain Life Center. This one of 2 locations where people can come take shuttles to go pay their respects to George Floyd. This line will no doubt continue to grow. Keep in mind, guys, this has not even started yet. Visitation starts at noon. The buses are ready to roll. They'll be loading people up soon. We'll be here throughout the afternoon, bringing you live coverage on digital and on the TV side, and we'll check in with you a little bit later. Mia, back to you.